Morning, this is Mr. Willie in West Virginia. It's July the 15th, and I woke up this morning and had one word that actually took me to another word, and I'm going to give it to you now. And it comes out of Luke 7, and my heading says it's the faith of the centurion. It says, "Now when he had ended all his sayings in the audience of the people, he entered into Capernaum, and a certain centurion's servant who was dear unto him was sick and ready to die. And when he heard of Jesus, he sent unto him the elders of the Jews, beseeching him that he would come and heal his servant. When they came to Jesus, they besought him instantly, saying that he was worthy of whom he should do this. For he loved our nation, and he has built us a synagogue. Then Jesus went to them, and when he was now not far from the house, the centurion sent friends to him, saying unto him, Lord, trouble not thyself, for I am not worthy that you should enter under my roof. Wherefore neither thought I myself worthy to come unto thee, but I say in a word, say in a word, and my servant shall be healed. For I also am a man under authority, having under me soldiers, and I say unto one, Go, and he goes, and to another, Come, and he cometh, and to my servant, Do this, and he does it. When Jesus heard these things, he marveled at him, and turned him about, and said unto the people that followed him, I say unto you that I have not found so great a faith, no, not in Israel. And they were sent, returning to the house, and found the servant whole that had been sick." Now, the word that kind of intrigued me was authority. He says, the centurion said, I am also a man under authority. And that word authority, in my concordance, the meaning is, in the sense of ability, it's privilege, force, capacity, competency, freedom, competency, privilege, that is force. It actually says magistrate, superhuman, potentate, token of control, delegated influence, authority, jurisdiction, liberty, power, right, strength. This Roman centurion had faith to believe because he knew that Jesus was a man under authority. He recognized the power that Jesus had somewhere. And it's kind of amazing, but Jesus said, I've not seen any kind of faith like this in Israel, in my people that I came to take care of, that I came to share with. Comes from a Roman centurion, an Italian dude, folks. This guy understood power. He understood that if you're in authority, under authority, that you have the right to demand things because you are doing what you are demanded of. In this society that we have in, nobody likes authority. Right now, here in America, people attack our president on a daily basis, and everybody else is in the political realm. And the only problem I have with that is that we've had presidents and people in power that, people have not liked before. And America goes on. It rolls on. And I think it rolls on because many of us understand authority. We understand. I was raised by a father who made me understand what authority meant. I was raised under a man who guided me, who loved me, who corrected me, who taught me how to be polite. He taught me manners. He taught me etiquette. He taught me things that I needed to know in order to raise my children to be responsible adults, as he did for me. Jesus ran into this centurion who was a soldier. He was someone who knew what authority and how authority worked. He knew that there were people in authority above him that gave him orders that he would have to do what needed to be done in order to be in right standing with that authority because of the power involved. And with armies, and I'm sure with military, there's correction also if you don't follow orders. What I'm saying to a lot of you is that you're having problems in your life because you're not under authority. And the supreme authority, number one, is God. If you're not under God's authority, if you're not even trying to follow him, you're out from underneath the protection, the power, the majesty, and you're on your own. this Roman centurion, who was a military man, whose people were actually against Jesus's people, loved the Israelites. He had built them a synagogue. He was a man that understood, I think, that those that blessed Israel were blessed. And he blessed them, and Jesus in return came to him. And in another version, I believe he healed this man's, it was by faith. His servant was healed. Now, he wasn't even asking for a family member to be healed. He was asking for a servant who he cared about. So this was a good centurion. This guy loved Israel. He properly cared for those that were serving him. He understood authority, and he petitioned Jesus in a way that was humble, in a way that got Jesus' heart, that grabbed a hold of him and gave him something to teach from. Are you under authority? Children, are you listening to your parents? Are you doing the things that you need to do? Because they're set up. Scripture teaches us one of the most important scriptures that I've always remembered. One of the most important commandments were, children, honor your mother and your father, that your days on earth may be long. It's the only commandment with a promise. We don't honor seniors anymore. We don't honor authority. We don't honor those that are over us. People that work for people, they're trying to figure out how to do a job and get paid and not work and not listen to what they've been told to do. When I was young and we learned how to work a job, my grandfather was a hard man. He was a sewer contractor. Oh my gosh. I worked with him one summer and realized that I didn't know what to do and how to do it and how to listen, and he taught me so much. I didn't learn it at that moment, but later on in life I realized some of the things he was teaching me were life lessons. Many of you are missing the life lessons because you just don't want to submit to authority. You just don't want to listen. You just want to do it your way. You think you know more than whoever's trying to tell you. Your teachers, you can't learn anything from your teachers because you think you know more than they do. You just think they're idiots because they're not making enough money and they're just trying to teach you. It's a shame what the generation that I see growing up is like. And it doesn't have to be that way. If they would just come under that umbrella of authority and listen to their parents, listen to their teachers, submit to authority, and you'll learn how to submit to God, and life can be a lot nicer. I've not had a perfect life, but I've always attempted to submit my life to God, to come to Him on bended knee, to come to Him on my face and say, you know what, I know I've tried to do this on my own, but you're God, and you're my Father, and you can help me, and He has. I'm got to get ready for church now, but I hope this has been a blessing to you. If it has, pass it on. I'm Willie Owens on Facebook. I'm Mr. Willie in West Virginia on my YouTube channel. Pass it on to people. I think it's an important message. I think it's a message that we miss sometimes, is just trying to submit and be under authority as we need to be. There's protection under authority. For you women that don't want to listen to your husbands, I'm going to tell you something. The position of power is actually in submission. When you can learn to serve and be under somebody and do it properly, you have power. Because the person above you will honor you and will give you more to do because you are blessing them. And there's all kinds of scripture I could share with you on that subject. Maybe I'll share that another time. Okay? Hey, God bless you. Have a great day. Today is Sunday. For most people, it's a day to go to church. They call it the Lord's Day, but every day is the Lord's Day. But hey, if you go to church today, you know what? Try and pay attention to those that are in authority over you and teaching you something. You might learn something. Okay? Hey, shalom.